African American families, more than all others, have been victims of systemic racism in the housing and banking sectors. Home ownership has been made impossible. And when possible, African Americans are set up to fail. The outright racism and discrimination shown in these sectors has kept African American home ownership at low levels. In order for that to change, banking, investors, real estate conglomerates, realtors need to realize that they are complicit in keeping African Americans out of the housing market. My family has tried many times in order to buy a home, but we have never been successful. One of the reasons is because of redlining. You're only allowed to live in certain areas. Reverse-redlining, they're keeping you out of the areas you want to live in. The banking sector, increasing interest rates above what their white counterparts would be offered simply because of the color of your skin. These are ways in which banking and real estate, just on their own, we won't talk about other sectors, just in this one area, have kept African Americans out of the housing market. In order for African Americans to have own and have their own homes, in order for African Americans to have their own homes, they need help. Home ownership requires federal, state, and local city government assistance, coupled with the real estate conglomerates and investors taking responsibility for what they have done to keep African Americans from owning a home. There is a belief, an erroneous belief, that African Americans don't own homes because they don't work hard enough, they're poor, they have bad credit, they have no ambition, and that they're too lazy to embark on the road to home ownership. All of that is a lie. The one part that is true is that we're too poor. We make significantly less than our white counterparts annually, and it shows in our inability to buy a home. African Americans are risk averse. We don't want to go down a road that we cannot complete. Therefore, you see all the blockages in front of you for home ownership. You know you're not going to make it, so you don't embark on it. However, with assistance, home ownership is possible. Policymakers, banks, realtors, real estate conglomerates, and investors need to restore the African Americans' faith in their industries. In order for that to happen, they need to pool funds to make African Americans whole. Home ownership is a goal that all of us should have. Why? Because home ownership builds your familiar bonds. It can keep your entire family together. It can increase the ability for your family to have generational wealth that can affect your prosperity for the rest of your life. I hope that individuals like myself and those of you watching from inner city or from the rural areas that rent homes, you face challenges, but you still work hard to educate yourself, earn money legally, pay your taxes, and yet you still live in poverty. You still qualify for assistance programs such as food stamps and rental assistance. But that does not mean that in the future, with hard work and assistance from these various entities, banks, real estate, and the local, federal, state governments, that you too can have and own a home. I hope that's the case for myself. I hope that one day I can own a home. I wish the same for you.